The average person spends about 1/3 of their days at work. That's about 80 to 90,000 hours in their lifetime, which equals about 9 to 11 years. This is not including the daily commute, which adds another year or so. Let's say that's 10 years on average. And that is a lot of time, my friends. In addition, work defines us as people. When we aren't happy at work or with what we do for work, other areas of our lives suffer. Our mental health, our physical health, and our relationships. I tried the job thing. I really did, trust me. I got my first job at a PR company and I signed a 1-year contract. I was like, yeah, I can do this for a year. I can do this. Conni, you can do this. However, after 4 weeks, I was like, excuse me? Sorry? How do people do this? How do people sit in offices all day, every day, for years and years and years on end, while their life is passing them by? I just couldn't understand. And, it wasn't the job. The job was fine. The team was nice. It was just that as I was sitting there at my desk every day, I felt like I was part of a human domestication program. I didn't feel free and I felt like I was living in a cage. I quit after 8 months with 3,000 euros in my pocket, not a whole lot at the time, this is now 2012. And I started freelancing and becoming a blogger. Clearly, I was never meant for a job, ever. I don't like authority and being told what to do. I kind of want to make my own decisions and do things my way. I don't like monotony and doing the same thing every single day and sitting on the same train, going to work and sitting at the same desk. I want to mix things up. I want to work from all over the world in different countries and different coffee shops and just how I please. And I don't like to work from 9 a.m. until 5 or 6 p.m. I want to work when I want to work, when I feel productive. Who says that all of humanity works best and has the most productive phase between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.? It just didn't make sense to me. And I also want to wake up in the morning and take time for my very elaborated morning routine and not rush because I have to be at work and sit at my desk. And I also didn't like that I only had a limited amount of vacation days every year and I had to ask for them and I had to ask for when I needed a day off. I want to take time off when I want to take time off. But the big thing was, I didn't want to work for someone else's dream. I want to work on my own dream and create something that's meaningful and help people and provide value. Here's a disclaimer, my friends. This video is not for those that love their 9-to-5 job and their 9-to-5 life. I heard there is a rare species who actually really enjoy having a 9-to-5 life. I'm not judging you at all, okay? If that's you, awesome, be happy, go out there and crush it. Just go, don't click away. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to believe that people don't want more freedom. I can't, no. This video is for people that are sick of the status quo. It's for those that are tired of working the 9-to-5. It's for those of you who know there's more within them that they want to express and offer to the world in different ways than sitting in an office or going to a job every day. Because there's too many people out there who are doing the 9-to-5, but they're unhappy and they're depressed and they're frustrated and they're desperate. And I don't like that. That many of these people, and maybe you stay in this 9-to-5 life, feel like you're safe in that job, and you fear going broke. You fear the judgment of other people if you took your life into your own hands. And by other people, I mean, yeah, your colleagues, but especially your friends and your family. Many of these people stuck in these 9-to-5 jobs and in that vicious cycle, they're stuck in a scarcity mindset and are full of limiting beliefs around money and their own abilities. It makes me so sad that there's so many people out there that they don't even know what their real true passions are. They never even allow themselves to ask the question what their calling and their life purpose might be. They waste their life in jobs and keep living lives that are deeply unsatisfying and soul-sucking. My hope is that with this video, more and more people see that they're part of a matrix, a system that they can get out of. So, here are the reasons why I personally think you should go and quit your job rather sooner than later. I'm not saying to just kind of, go out and jump ship tomorrow. I'm all about making plans. I have videos about that in the archives of my YouTube channel. I personally believe that we are not meant to work 9-to-5 jobs, especially not in offices every single day. Humanity, we didn't always have jobs as humans. It's a pretty new development of the last few centuries since the Industrial Revolution. Most of the humans that were ever alive, they never had jobs. And I'm not saying that I want to go back to these days and times, and I'm not saying it was better 300 years ago, because there were a lot of things that weren't good. Job security is an illusion. I believe it's a story that we're told from the media, from our family, from school, so that we stay part in that system. But having a job is not safe. I mean, you can get fired at any time. Your company can go bankrupt. Boom, there you go. Your job is only one source of income. And if that falls flat, you're done. And I believe that that is actually a very insecure way to live your life. Just thinking about that makes me feel a little nervous. Guess what? The average millionaire has seven sources of income. And that's what I learned early on when I started out back in 2012 on my own entrepreneurial journey. I was naive, but I did realize early on, okay, Conni, you gotta make sure that there's several sources where you get your money in every month. That would be freelancing, could be your own digital products, could be brand sponsorships, it could be coaching, it could be affiliate marketing. It could be merchandise, it could be AdSense. There's so many different ways to make money these days. Doing the 9-to-5 thing, your income is limited. You can go and ask for a raise, yes, but other than that, you can't do that every week. However, when you're building your own business, you can technically keep making more money. You're in charge. You have to take responsibility of how much money you make every month, and that can obviously be a little bit of a challenge, but at the same time, it's also very freeing. You only get paid when you're working. Have you ever considered that it might be better to actually get paid not just when you're working, but also when you're not working? Who taught us that we can only make an income while we're working? The key here is to decouple your value from your time. Smart people build systems that generate income 24/7 all the time. And a lot of that can be passive income. And by passive, it doesn't just mean that you don't have to work at all for it, but you make that money even when you're not working. Or you have to only create something once, like a digital product, you sell it and it keeps on making money. I wrote an ebook course and I wrote it once, and it's been selling since 2014, over and over and over again. When you have a 9-to-5 job, you really only get paid a fraction of the real value that you generate. Your real salary, it might be triple than what you're actually being paid every month. But most of that money, you'll never see. It goes straight into the pockets of other people, your bosses. And I just don't think that's cool. Don't like that. No. The money that I make, I get that money. The value I generate and the money that I get back from the value I generate, my money. Having a 9-to-5, man, it really sucks out your creative juices and your creative energy. A lot of times your creativity, it might not really be appreciated. So slowly, you start losing your genius. That what makes you you, at the expense of someone else's agenda. And again, I just don't think that's cool. I just don't like that. And the problem with getting experience at a job is that, I mean, it's kind of like getting experience doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, it's relatively limited, even if the scope of your job is really wide and you have a lot of responsibility, and even if it's a really creative job. And I'm not saying that jobs don't teach you anything. There might be a place and a time where having a job to learn stuff might be a really good idea. But I believe you learn way more when you're out there. Number one, living life. Number two, building your own business, working with all sorts of different clients, building a lot of different products, and doing all that stuff on your own agenda. There's no stagnation when you build your own business, when you're a creator, when you're building your own channels and your own streams of income. Oh man, ever since I started out, it's been the most fulfilling years just because I've been learning so much, and I've learned so much in these past 7 years. I never learned this much in school ever. One thing that I just find so sad is that so many people in 9-to-5 jobs, they put their dreams aside and they accept that life consists of having a job and just being part of the rat race, you know? So you stop dreaming and you think of everybody else who's like doing cool shit as like childish or immature, just like crazy. And you're like, oh, they just don't understand the real world, you know? And I got a lot of people who are in the 9-to-5, when they look at me or other people who are like totally living their dream, they call us lucky. Yeah, they're like, oh, you're so lucky. You get to live this life and then go traveling. And nah, that's not luck, my friend. The worst thing is you stop believing in yourself. You stop believing in your dreams, your capabilities, your potential. And, well, you put your own dreams aside, but just keep on working for the dream of someone else. I don't know about you, but it kind of doesn't feel good. Your life becomes a dichotomy, meaning there's times when you are at your job and you're working, and then there's the times when you're not working. It's either this or it's that. And so many 9-to-5ers, they work for the weekend, you know? It's like TGIF. What? Life is a little bit more than just working for the weekend. I personally, I don't care what day of the week it is. A Wednesday can feel like a Sunday, and a Friday night can feel like a Monday. It's whatever. I appreciate every single day, and I work whenever I feel like working. I create videos no matter what day it is. I mean, I just don't discriminate a weekday. And sadly, so many people in jobs are just kind of working to get to their retirement, as if that's where life's gonna be amazing when they're old, and then they're probably also sick. And like, really? I feel like my best years are like right now, today, in like our 20s and 30s, when we have like all this amazing energy to change the world. And I just don't care about retirement. I'm gonna work, I'm gonna create value until the day I die. Like, why should I get to retirement and then like get on a cruise ship for a month and do crossword puzzles and just watch television? And nah. It's not happening. I also believe that working until I die, like, it's gonna keep me sane and fit, and it's like when people stop using their minds is when our brains start to shut down. And then the people you gotta work with. I know from my own experience, there's some really toxic work environments out there, and some really toxic people that you then have to like hang out with every day for 8 hours. Like, I'd rather choose the people that I spend so much time with. Working every day from 9-to-5, it sucks the life energy out of you. When you work a proper job, it'll get your best energy. And then you come home and there isn't much energy left to work on other things or to build a business. Like, I get it. You come home, you're exhausted, you're stressed, you're tired, and you gotta distract yourself, and you gotta just like turn off your brain. So you sit down and you watch Netflix, and you just let yourself be programmed even more. Sure. Just never ends. It just keeps you stuck in the system, the matrix. You are wasting precious time and energy that you will never get back. No money in the world will get you back that time. That that's the saddest thing. That's what when I had my job back then, that's when I was just like, nah, cannot be sitting here and like wasting my life away. It's just not an option, just can't do it. The pain for me was bigger than the fear of quitting the job. Okay, yeah, I get it. You know, you might think that you're stuck in your job, you have all these responsibilities, you don't know how to get out of this whole thing. But even these thoughts, like all of this, that's really limiting in itself. That's the first thing you have to realize. Because what it will do is it will keep you stuck in a victim mentality, and you're gonna stay stuck and you're gonna not make a change because, well, it's just hopeless, isn't it? So what you have to do is you gotta realize that you're responsible for where you're at right now, no matter how you got to where you are, no matter how many responsibilities you have in a family, in a mortgage or debt. And because you're responsible for all your life circumstances, that is actually very empowering because it means that you can get yourself out of this place. You can make the change. No one else is gonna come and save you. It's just not gonna happen. It's just you. You are going to save yourself. You know, most people, they want to take the safe path because why face our fears? Why expand our comfort zones when we can be really comfy, but at the same time also really desperate and unhappy and unfulfilled? If you want to get out of this, if you want to have a really awesome life and be free and live a meaningful life every single day and change the world and provide awesome value and really live your passion and create awesome stuff, man, you gotta take the path that's a little bit more dangerous. Maybe it's a lot more dangerous. You gotta take some chances. They're not gonna be given to you. You gotta go out and take them. I really hope this video gave you a little bit of a, you know, one of those. Also, connect with me on Instagram. It's a really good place. What was the other one? Sign up for my weekly newsletter. I send out really cool emails. I think you're gonna like them. They're cool, I promise. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Never 9 to 5. Peace out.